The Riyadh Metro is not just about constructing a transportation network, it represents Saudi Arabia's broader ambitions to reshape its economy and society. As part of Vision 2030, the Metro project aims to modernize the kingdom, creating a sustainable and efficient transportation system that supports the city's rapid growth and development. Riyadh's transformation over the past few decades is a testament to Saudi Arabia's ability to leverage its oil wealth for urban development. The city expanded its infrastructure around the automobile in the 1970s, reflecting the era's car-centric culture. As the population surged, Riyadh's infrastructure struggled to keep pace, prompting the need for a modern and efficient solution. The city's social changes have paralleled its physical transformation. Women gained the right to drive, and international tourists are now welcomed, marking a shift towards a more open and progressive society. However, Riyadh, like much of the Gulf, remains dominated by a car culture due to the extreme heat, which makes walking impractical. The Riyadh Metro, an electric and driverless public transit system, is seen as a forward-thinking investment designed to modernize the city's transportation network. The Riyadh Metro project plays a crucial role in Saudi Arabia's broader ambitions. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman envisions Riyadh as an international business hub, aiming to double its population by 2030. However, the kingdom faces global scrutiny due to its historical isolation and human rights record. Hosting major world events like the World Expo 2030 and the 2034 World Cup is part of a strategic effort to improve its international image and drive economic growth. Winning the bid for World Expo 2030 is expected to bring tens of millions of tourists from over 100 countries to Riyadh. Additionally, as the leading contender for the 2034 World Cup, Riyadh stands to benefit from extensive construction projects, including a new stadium in Qiddiya City, envisioned as the kingdom's new entertainment hub. The Riyadh Metro is vital for the success of these initiatives. Without an efficient transportation network, linking these new developments would be impossible, undermining the city's ambitious plans. Completing the metro on time is essential for Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, which aims to modernize the kingdom's economy and infrastructure. Constructing a metro system of this scale in a desert environment presents unique challenges. The extreme temperatures, ranging from scorching heat to unexpected cold snaps, require careful selection of materials and construction techniques to ensure the metro system can withstand these conditions. Train cars had to be designed to handle the extreme heat and sand infiltration that comes with operating in a desert. Contractors faced difficulties with concrete, as the high temperatures caused the top layer to dry before it could be poured properly. To tackle these issues, the project employed 3 massive tunnel boring machines to excavate 40% of the metro's route, which runs beneath the The Riyadh Metro is a colossal engineering project, spanning 109 miles across the sprawling desert city of Riyadh. With a budget of $22.5 billion, it stands as one of the largest metro projects globally. Yet, it represents more than just an extensive construction endeavor. It's a bold statement of Saudi Arabia's aspirations to reshape its image and future. For the past decade, Saudi Arabia has channeled billions from its oil revenues into creating a legacy that will endure beyond the current leadership. The Riyadh Metro is a centerpiece of this vision, reflecting the kingdom's ambition to showcase itself as progressive and modern. It's a project that's not just about transport but also about transforming perceptions and reality. A city's transformation. Riyadh, once a modest city, has undergone a radical transformation over the last few decades. In the 1970s, Saudi Arabia used its oil wealth to build infrastructure centered around the automobile, reflecting the car-centric culture of the time. As the population swelled nearly 20-fold, the city expanded, creating an urban environment that rapidly outgrew its initial infrastructure. The city's social fabric has also evolved significantly. Women gained the right to drive, and international tourists are now welcomed. Despite these changes, Riyadh, like much of the Gulf, remains dominated by a car culture, partly due to the extreme heat, which makes walking impractical. However, looking towards a sustainable future, car-centric cities are not seen as the pinnacle of innovation. Instead, the Riyadh Metro, an electric, driverless public transit system, is a forward-looking investment designed to modernize the city's infrastructure. Ambitious goals. The Riyadh Metro project has been in development for over a decade, playing a crucial role in helping Saudi Arabia set and achieve lofty goals. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman aims to transform Riyadh into an international business hub, a vision that includes doubling the city's population by 2030. However, Saudi Arabia faces global scrutiny due to its historical isolation and human rights record. To improve its international image and catalyze growth, hosting major world events like the World Expo 2030 and the 2034 World Cup is seen as a strategic move. Winning the bid for World Expo 2030 is set to bring tens of millions of tourists from over 100 countries to Riyadh. Additionally, as the leading contender for the 2034 World Cup, Riyadh is poised to become the epicenter of extensive construction projects, including a new stadium in Qiddiya City, envisioned as the kingdom's new entertainment hub. The role of the metro. The Riyadh Metro is vital to the success of the The physical challenges were compounded by political and economic issues. In 2017, the former governor of Riyadh was arrested during Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's crackdown on corruption, which included allegations related to the Riyadh Metro project. The 2020 pandemic further disrupted supply chains, and in 2021, some contractors sent staff home over a payment dispute exceeding $1 billion. Delays in large infrastructure projects are not uncommon. New York City, for example, took nearly a century to complete the 2nd Avenue subway. Originally scheduled to open in 2019, the Riyadh Metro's timeline has been extended, but the Royal Commission for Riyadh City is expected to announce an opening date soon. Despite these setbacks, Saudi Arabia's substantial financial resources provide a buffer against the challenges. The national oil company's annual net profits exceed $100 billion, much of which is funneled into the Public Investment Fund. This fund supports megaprojects like the Riyadh Metro, allowing Saudi Arabia to self-finance without relying heavily on foreign investment. International and local collaboration. Most contracts for the Riyadh Metro were signed in 2013, attracting a competitive pool of global architecture, engineering, and construction firms. Ultimately, over 30 international and local companies, along with numerous suppliers and subcontractors, were selected. High-profile firms like Zaha Hadid Architects were among those chosen, reflecting the project's ambition and scope. Architecture and power have historically been intertwined. Architects often gravitate towards projects commissioned by governments and state institutions, which have the resources to fund large-scale endeavors. At this point in history, many of the most significant architecture and construction projects are commissioned by oil-rich Gulf states like Saudi Arabia. Benefits and risks. While megaprojects can benefit local populations, they also serve as tools for international tourism and reputation building. However, these projects can also mask human rights abuses, a concern for some critics. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar, for instance, brought global scrutiny to labor practices in the region. Thousands of migrant workers have reportedly died in Qatar over the past decade, though not all deaths were related to World Cup preparations. FIFA and Qatar's World Cup Organizing Committee reported 3 work-related deaths on stadium construction sites. Saudi Arabia, like many countries, relies on migrant labor for construction. Human rights experts express concerns about potential exploitation, heat stress, debt bondage, and construction site safety. The Royal Commission for Riyadh City did not respond to inquiries about labor protections on the Riyadh Metro project. Despite the criticisms, the Riyadh Metro is less glitzy compared to other projects like Neom, a futuristic desert city. However, it remains the backbone of Saudi Arabia's vision for the future. Once the metro opens, the next challenge will be persuading Saudis to adopt public transit over their cars. While the success of this cultural shift remains to be seen, the underlying infrastructure is in place to support it.